Do you hate your job? Most people will tell you the problem is the job. They say you need to find something you're passionate about. The problem isn't you, it's the job. But sometimes it is you. Your distaste for work might come from something other than a job description. In order to love work, you need to change how you deal with it. 1. Work as a relationship. When a relationship goes bad, part of the problem might be that it just wasn't a good match. You weren't right for each other. But part of the problem might be how you handle relationships. Jealousy, nagging or commitment issues aren't usually desirable, no matter what your personality type is. Finding a match is important. But unless you have a healthy attitude and ability to handle relationships, they will never work. Your relationship with work is the same. Finding the right match, or your passion, is critical. But without getting the right attitude and behaviors towards your work, you'll always hate it. 2. Hate from force. Many people report to hate their jobs, even though they actually feel happier when working. In the book Flow, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi showed research that suggested most people's leisure time feels empty and boring. At work, they are engaged and rate themselves as feeling content. But when asked what they would rather be doing, they want to relax. Isn't this insanity? That we're driven to do what makes us feel worse and are completely unaware of it. I believe the reason is because of force. Leisure is optional, work is necessary. Because you choose to relax, that makes you feel happier about it than the work you are forced to do. This is why many people enjoy hobbies but hate work. Both can be equally engaging and challenging, but only one is a choice. 3. Work as a choice. How do you remove this unnecessary hate of work? Realize that work is a choice. Some work might be necessary to buy food and shelter. But unless you are nearing extreme poverty, your income probably covers that several times over. Tuition, clothes, travel, entertainment, and cars are all luxuries. Don't mistake them for the necessities. If you regard work as a choice, two things happen. You become more aware of your actual level of passion for the job, or any passions you do have can be expressed. If work is only a choice, you might realize that you absolutely hate your job. As a result, your goal should be to start looking for a new job immediately, even if you need to take a cut in pay. But what you might realize is that the chains of necessity are depriving you of taking any enjoyment out of a job you might like. If you have the power to choose, then you can appreciate work more. I know many people who got into a career they enjoyed, but feeling forced to work slowly twisted any joy they got from it until they were left with hate. 4. Building a work ethic. Beyond just your attitudes, you need to take a look at how you approach work. If any pressure or difficulty makes you want to jump on a plane to Hawaii, then even a great job will make you miserable. Without a strong work ethic, you can't get the intrinsic benefits work can offer. A strong work ethic means you can get satisfaction from working hard and you've disciplined yourself to overcome initial frustrations. This work ethic takes practice and skill. Relationships with people won't work if you lose your temper with the first fight. Similarly, your relationship with work can't function if you don't have a work ethic to get you over the hard parts. I love to write. Although I get paid to do it, I would keep doing it even if it paid me nothing and I was broke. However, it can usually take 10 to 15 minutes of thinking and tweaking before I settle upon an idea to write about. Sometimes I can write off articles immediately without stopping, and other times I can sit at my computer for half an hour, playing with ideas without finding a topic and angle I like. During these difficult periods, the immediate urge is to give up. But I've learned if I can push through momentary creative blocks, the work can be incredibly satisfying. Once you build up a pace, you feel as if nothing can slow you down. Work can give difficulties in little blocks like these, or major blocks with a manager who can't meet results with his employees or a programmer who doesn't know where to start a project. Building a work ethic means you can push through these frustration barriers and actually enjoy the work you do. I don't want to suggest you should stick with a job you hate. I'd never suggest you hang on to a toxic relationship, and the same is true here. But don't just look for a match. Consider your behaviors and attitudes towards work. Unless you change your perceptions of work and build a work ethic to move through barriers, any job will be painful. How many of you feel that you really should be working harder? At the same time, how many of you wish you had more time to have fun and enjoy yourself? How do you solve this paradox? Solving this problem can be difficult. Sometimes really motivating goals and a tight schedule can leave us feeling burnt out and drained. On the other hand, spending most of your time on leisure and fun activities often means you don't end up getting anything done. It would be nice to live in a world where we only need to do what we want to do, but that isn't realistic. So how can we achieve a balance between work and leisure that will allow you to get a maximum amount of work done without feeling burnt out or drained? At the same time, how can we really get the most out of our leisure time without being completely unproductive and lazy? The first step to this is to improve the quality of the activities we currently spend on both work and leisure. By increasing the quality of these activities, we can get a lot more out of them using less time. Many of our activities are simply not important in terms of either being productive or allowing us to enjoy ourselves. Too many people watch television shows they have little interest in. Why? Because they don't want to do work and they don't have any better leisure activities that they truly enjoy. Spending some time to really connect with what is important in any situation will allow us to rid ourselves of these time wasters and put it back into things that are truly enjoyable or productive, or both. The second issue to solving this problem is energy. Having the time to do things simply isn't enough. Certain tasks require a lot of our focus and energy. Usually, these tasks are also the same tasks we find most enjoyable or are the most productive. By taking steps to increase our energy levels, through proper diet and exercise, it is easier to focus on these tasks rather than waste time. This issue of energy levels often extends to work. Whenever I am working hard on a programming problem, it can be easy to feel temporarily drained or low on mental energy. A lot of other programmers I know would take this as a sign that they need a break, so they decide to browse the web or check their email inbox. Don't do this. When you are low on energy because you have spent too long focusing on a tough problem, take a break, but take a real break. Whenever I need to recharge, I take off 5 or 10 minutes and grab a piece of fruit. I then eat the piece of fruit, sit back with my eyes closed, and take some deep breaths. This type of break allows you to regain some energy and clear your mind so you can get back to work. Taking a break by browsing the web or checking your email only wastes time and distracts you. By working intelligently, and taking actual breaks when you need them instead of just distractions, it will be easier to cut down on the amount of time you spend working. This is because you will be working when you need to work. By cutting down the amount you work, you can increase the amount of time you have to enjoy yourself. The third issue to resolve is in separating your work and leisure time. When you have really motivating goals or a project that makes constant demands of your time, it is easy to sacrifice leisure time to continue working. In these cases, you feel burnt out and begin to resent the amount of work you have to do. My solution to this is to guarantee yourself certain blocks of time to leisure. This way you can give yourself plenty of time to enjoy yourself. This allows you to work incredibly hard and really push yourself when you are working, because you know that, no matter what, your work won't creep into your leisure time. If you resent working, you won't do it. It is very easy to resent working if you feel that it is cutting into your leisure time. By ensuring your work and leisure time stay separate, it is easier to work when you need to and enjoy yourself when you need to. I've made it a habit to always give myself one day off per week. While it often impossible to completely devote my day to leisure, by giving myself one day off per week from my major projects, I can ensure I will be able to work at my peak for the other 6. The key is to have balance. If you start to burn out or feel drained, you know that you need to find a way to increase the amount of leisure time you have. If you aren't getting anywhere with your goals or projects, you know you need to take steps to become more productive when you are working. There are really 3 parts to balancing work and leisure. The first is simply to increase the quality of your activities. By working more productively, and spending your leisure time on truly relaxing or enjoyable activities, it is easier to find the time to do both satisfactorily. The second part is to monitor and take control of your energy levels. When you begin to feel drained by a difficult problem at work, take breaks that will really help you take control of your energy levels. Taking proper physical care of your body through diet and exercise is the next step. With more energy, it is easier to increase the quality of our activities. The third part is to ensure that one area of our life doesn't cannibalize the others. Because there is often a great deal of need and urgency attached to work, it is easy for it to eat away at the leisure time we need to function. In these cases, it is often best to guarantee ourselves a certain amount of leisure time in advance. Achieving the balance between work and leisure can be difficult. Understanding that it is not only nice to achieve balance, but absolutely necessary for both our productivity and enjoyment is the first step. Hopefully, you can now find your own balance between work and leisure. Creating a healthy work environment greatly influences a business's success, but many companies find it challenging to hire and retain high-quality employees. Top talent is requesting better benefits, healthy work-life balances, strong company culture, remote work options, and more. So if they can't find these perks at their current job, they begin to look for positions elsewhere. In order to attract and retain exceptional employees, you must create a positive atmosphere and keep your employees happy. Here are a few tips to help you build and maintain a healthy work environment. 1. Give your team the tools they need. It's important for business leaders to be in touch with the needs of their employees. Some employees may want flexible working hours, so they can spend more time with their families. Other professionals might value updated technology that allows them to do their jobs quickly and efficiently. Maybe they are interested in how your company's benefit package can improve their quality of life. The best business owners and managers take the time to hear their team's needs and provide solutions. This strategy shows your employees that you value them and their well-being. 2. Be clear about company, team, and individual goals. Although some businesses may appear similar on the surface, each company has a different set of priorities, so it's essential that your business's leaders are clear about their goals. When you openly share your goals with your employees, they become more productive, because they will know exactly how they can contribute to your plan of action. They will also feel more invested in the company since they will be able to see how their responsibilities and roles impact each level of the organization. Ultimately, sharing your goals with your employees will give them a sense of direction and help them to feel valued. 3. Prioritize culture alignment when hiring. Good company culture starts with the people, so it's extremely important to make sure that all potential hires fit the culture of your company. At first, it might be hard to determine if a candidate will thrive at your company, but there are a few key questions that you can ask to help you get to know the interviewee a little better. Ask candidates cultural questions like: what do you value in a company culture? What did you like, dislike about other cultures you've been a part of? How do you think you'll fit into our culture? Top talent values culture, so if you want to attract and retain outstanding employees, ask them questions about company culture. Then, use the candidate's responses to see if he or she aligns with your company's vision. This simple practice will have a tremendous impact on your company, and it will help you establish and maintain a healthy work environment. 4. Reward and recognize. Another way to retain top talent is to show appreciation for your employees. A recent study shows that 82% of employees wish they received recognition for their work. If someone at your company does not feel valued, he or she might start to look outside the company for a new position, and unfortunately, the loss of an employee could cost you a great deal of time and money. Alternatively, if you express gratitude for that person's hard work, they will likely feel loyal to your company and happy in the workplace. On a personal level, positive recognition motivates and validates all individuals involved, and on a larger scale, it gives others a template for company expectations. Praise your employees when they reach their goals, and you will reinforce people's work ethics, create a learning opportunity for others, and increase everyone's satisfaction in the workplace. 5. Build a strong financial foundation. This factor has the greatest impact on a company's work environment because it affects all of the other elements of creating a healthy workplace. It's challenging to create a positive atmosphere and retain top talent without a solid financial foundation, so a strong cash flow is key. This type of stability gives you the flexibility to maintain a good rapport with your employees and make proactive decisions for your team. For example, if a mistake in hiring is made, you will have room to correct and find the right talent. Without a strong financial foundation, this type of solution would be impossible. Before you prioritize any of the other tips on this, 8 useful ways to enhance teamwork in the workplace. Without effective teamwork, productivity, and quality of work will likely suffer, even with a group composed of multiple brilliant individuals. Likewise, without effective teams, companies will struggle to keep pace with competitors who do have effective teams. Multiple studies have shown that promoting good teamwork in the workplace will have positive effects on productivity, quality of work, creativity, innovation, and job satisfaction, all of which benefit the company itself. In a recent study by Stanford, participants who were working on a team as opposed to working alone persevered longer on difficult tasks, showed more interest and enjoyment in working on the tasks, required less self-regulatory effort to complete tasks, and generally performed better on the tasks. The participants who were part of a team even decided to do more tasks related to those performed in the study in a personal setting 1 to 2 weeks after the study. Now that we've established the importance of teamwork in the workplace, let's talk about how we can improve. Here are 8 tips on how to improve teamwork within any organization. 1. Build diverse and inclusive teams. First and foremost, it is important that we focus on creating diverse teams rather than teams of all like-minded people. A group of people with different backgrounds are more likely to bring diverse perspectives and ideas to the table. With more perspectives, comes more thorough decision-making. We often tend to want to surround ourselves with people who think and act in ways that reflect our own thoughts and actions. While a group of like-minded individuals with similar backgrounds may get along great, we have to think about the bigger picture. Will they bring fresh ideas to the table? Will the team members challenge each other to tackle a project from all angles? Or, will the team members be so agreeable that they come up with ideas that don't get questioned or elaborated upon? If all team members think the same way, come from similar backgrounds and have the same beliefs and opinions, the work that the team produces will likely be one-sided and less creative. Whereas if each team member has unique opinions, beliefs, background, etc., they will likely produce work that reflects more creativity and innovation. 2. Clearly define roles and responsibilities for every team member. When team members are unsure of their own tasks and responsibilities, it often creates tension within a team. It is important for each team member to know exactly what he or she is responsible for so that there is no overlap in projects. If multiple employees are working on the same task due to confusion in responsibility, invaluable time and team effort spent on the task are wasted. Each individual should have responsibility for reaching the team goals as well as the tools and mutual support to obtain good results. Setting clear goals for each team member will help keep people aligned on their assigned tasks and responsibilities. 3. Build trust within the team. It's difficult to work productively with somebody that you don't trust. For this reason, trust is a dire need if you want to lead a successful team. Trust between team members can flourish by doing something as simple as attending a happy hour together, participating in simple team-building activities, or simply eating lunch together. It's important to encourage team members to interact with each other outside of their work together. Not only will this build trust, but it will also likely increase employee morale and job satisfaction. Work is more enjoyable when you enjoy the people you work with. 4. Encourage clear, frequent communication. As the saying goes, communication is key. Though this sounds like basic knowledge, It's often passed over when analyzing how to improve teamwork in the workplace. We know that maintaining clear, frequent communication, especially with large and/or remote teams, is easier said than done. Clear and frequent communication will ensure that all team members are on the same page, leading to more accurate work being completed on a shorter timeline. Strong communication also helps to build trust between team members, thus improving the overall performance of the team. 5. Give teams autonomy in decision-making. Trusting your team members to make their own decisions is important in building trust and improving teamwork. Oftentimes, if people don't have the autonomy and power to make decisions regarding their own work, they will begin to resent their work, thus hindering the work of the entire team. In order to keep team members engaged and working hard, it's important to provide all members with the freedom to make their own decisions. 6. Manage team meetings wisely. Team meetings, however often they happen, should be used to plan, brainstorm, reflect, and share ideas. It's important to keep team meetings focused and useful, in order to drive productivity. No matter how often teams meet, they should have a structured plan for each meeting. This will help to keep meetings organized and productive, thus driving team performance. Meetings are a time for team collaboration, brainstorming, and creating a plan to move forward with projects. 7. Don't be afraid to reorganize team dynamics. If certain roles and/or responsibilities aren't working out for some team members, it's important to make some changes. You cannot be afraid to regroup and reassign tasks as necessary to improve the team dynamic and productivity. If team members are in roles in which they are not succeeding, this will negatively impact the entire team. In most teams, each person's work is dependent on the work of one or more other team members' work. Therefore, it's important to ensure that all team members are in fitting roles that will allow them to use the skills they have and unlock potential for themselves and all team members. 8. Provide the team with learning opportunities. How can we expect everyone to be perfect team players if they've never actually learned how to work on a team project? How to work on a team may sound obvious to some people, but it does not come naturally for everyone. To maximize the benefits of teamwork in the workplace, it is important to provide your team with proper training and guidance. Providing learning opportunities will not only enhance teamwork skills but will also increase employees' engagement and job satisfaction. Workshops and qualified guest speakers from outside of the organization are a great way to ensure that all team members understand the importance of teamwork in the workplace as well as how to be an effective team member. Evidence has shown that strong teamwork has the potential to increase employee satisfaction and productivity while decreasing turnover and absenteeism, ultimately assisting the company in reaching higher profit margins. Promoting successful teamwork in the workplace will benefit your company in numerous ways. However, strong teams are not thrown together overnight.